Bang Bang a Boom, the 39th Doctor Who Big Finish main range release, first released in 4 parts across CD and download on the 19th of December 2002 and written by Gareth Jenkins and Clayton Hickman. Now, the story sees the Doctor, voiced by Sylvester McCoy, and his companion Mel Bush, voiced by Bonnie Langford, arrive on the spaceship Dark Space 8. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, we'll get to that. They arrive on Dark Space 8 and find the kind of pilot and the co-pilot of the ship seem to be dead. So they decide, when they come across other people on board the ship, they decide to assume the kind of personalities of the pilot and his second-in-command just to avoid arousing too many suspicions. However, they end up coming across characters including the ship's Dark Space 8's medical officer, Eleanor Harcourt, voiced by Sabina Franklin, a professor known as Ivor Fassbinder, played by Graham Garden, Lieutenant Strindberg, played by Vidar Magnussen, as well as several other people such as Loosely, a translator for the Golos race, voiced by Nicholas Grace, Queen Angria, voiced by Patricia Quinn, a nervous human named Nicky Newman, played by Anthony Spargo, and Jerry, a kind of small, timid creature that I believe takes the form of a squirrel, and is a kind of impartial advisor, voiced by Jane Goddard. Why are they all here? Well, it's partially because on a nearby planet, kind of peace negotiations are going on between the planets of Golos and Angria. You have a peace conference going on. But also aboard Deep Space Nine, or aboard Dark Space 8, they're hosting the 309th Intergalactic Song Contest. Yeah, this particular story is both a parody of Star Trek and also a parody of the Eurovision Song Contest. And this is going to sound weird, but I think, while I know that Star Trek mainly began in 1969 and Eurovision began in 1956, this story to me feels kind of strongly 80s. Like, it's dripping in 80s cheese. I mean, as I said, while Star Trek began in the late 60s, Eurovision began in the kind of mid to late 50s, and this story is from 2002. It's dripping with kind of 80s kind of style and cheese, and I honestly think it does really good with that. There are some moments in it that I did feel like, well, this isn't going the way I thought. Like, there's a point when the Doctor has to have a talk with Queen Angria, voiced by Patricia Quinn, and she kind of tries to seduce him, and while he tries to politely turn her down at various points, suddenly she's kind of grasping him and dragging him to the table, and it's all going well. She says, "Rest your head on my bosom." And I was like, wait, this is appropriate, isn't it? But I don't know, I just found that funny. I mean, and I will admit that but also with all of this going on, there is mysterious murders going on. Not only the pilot and the co-pilot, but also various other people start turning up dead. And so it's up to the Doctor and Mel try and solve the murder mystery and figure out who's killing people and why, including one of the people being killed being the original commentator for the 309th Intergalactic Song Contest. And ultimately, I do think this is a good story. I mean, it does show that people are kind of on edge, not just because of the song contest, but also because of the peace conference going on, until the Doctor finally points out to Mel that there isn't a peace conference going on a nearby planet. It's going on board the ship. The song contest was just kind of a method of people thinking it, distracting people, basically. It's going on there while the peace conference is also going on board the ship. And I do think that this does provide some good stuff. I mean, even during the kind of parlour scene where the Doctor is kind of going through who really did it, I feel Mel kind of evokes what Catherine Tate would evoke with Donna in The Unicorn and the Wasp in 2008. Just when the Doctor goes through each member of the crew, Mel's just like, so he killed them. No, they're completely innocent. So she killed them. No! But, okay, so he killed them then. Look, will you just stop and listen? Which, I don't know, I just find that kind of area lovely. They do also manage to do some good stuff with Nicky Newman, voiced by Anthony Spargo, who is shown to be a human who he's massively popular on Earth, and yet he's supposed to be doing the song contest, and you can tell he's very nervous, and he likes talking to Mel because she is the only person in the universe who hasn't heard of him, and who isn't fawning over him, to which he finds that refreshing, which is nice to see, or at least nice to hear. But then also, the other member of the cast that I really want to talk about, I don't know if he necessarily does that much during the story before he's killed off, but I felt I had to mention him, is Professor Ivor Fassbinder, voiced by Graham Garden. And the main reason I want to bring him up is that because my family and I, we had all been big fans of Isahak. I'm sorry, I haven't a clue. And at the moment in time that I'm recording this, I believe that Graham Garden is one of the only surviving members of the original Isahak cast left. I believe the only two left are really him, Stephen Fry, and Colin Sell. I mean, yeah, the others, I believe that most of them have sadly passed away by this point, including Humphrey Lyttelton, Jeremy Hardy, Barry Cryer, Tim Brooke Taylor. But it is nice to hear Graham Garden get a part in Doctor Who. I do know that he also voiced at one point the Meddling Monk in, I believe it's really the Book of Kells or stuff like that. He's one of the actors who voiced the Meddling Monk, and it's just nice to hear him get a part in Doctor Who, even if it's only in the audio dramas. So yeah, I think Bang Bang a Boom, it's fun. It's a fun story. It's not gonna win any prizes for being the best Doctor Who story ever, but at the same time, it's fun. It's quirky. It's just a good time. Have a listen for yourself and make your own decision on Bang Bang a Boom. Anyway, until next time, see ya.